tell me a little bit about where you're at right now as far as what's been easy for you. What questions do you have about the velocity banking strategy in general?
I really don't have any questions. Like I said, I've looked at a lot of your videos. The only thing I'm trying to see is how do I input, where do I get started so
Okay.
that I can start, so I don't go the route that I'm thinking I should go. I mean, I
Okay.
do have a lot of the resources that you say to utilize, but my PLOC is maxed out.
Okay.
However, I do transfer all of my income to it on a monthly basis. So I just want to know what I can do with the tools that I have to eliminate as much debt as I possibly can to avoid filing for the bankruptcy.
So you are doing this right now to where all of your income is going into the line?
Yes, I just started this month.
Okay. All right. So let's look at that first.
I do apologize. This is my planning period, so I probably have some
Okay.
students
That's
coming
fine.
here, and which means I probably have to end up interrupting the call of
Okay,
this
I'll try to
information.
hurry because what I see, I want to look here right quick. Hold on just a second. Have you watched the playlist with the credit card debt strategies as to what you can be doing with your credit cards while you're working down your PLOC?
I have, but I guess I might have didn't really understand them entirely because I know a lot of it, most of my expenses are credit card debt. So
Yeah.
there's no way I'm not gonna say there's no way. I didn't really go in depth as how I can implement. Well, I can't. I mean, I don't think I use towards the credit card is expenses that can be paid through it. But
Right.
most of my expenses are the debt.
Okay, so your USAA loan is something that's pretty high expense, but your credit cards certainly are the problem. So you can't move into a first lien HELOC because one, you don't have enough equity to move in, and two, your credit score is quite low right now. Are you in good standing with all of the credit cards right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you do just have a bunch of little things, and if you had a better credit score, I would say this would be really easy. So you're showing 8,100 in debt payments alone, and it's due to those credit cards. So, for example, are you using like USAA to pay your food expense in the month, and then you're putting the income for the food expense back into the USAA? Are you doing things like that?
No, food expense, I use credit card.
Okay, which credit card?
The Amex, the USAA Amex.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. So do you,
Oh,
if your food is, $500 a month, are you putting 500 into the USAA Amex right now?
yes, but it's
Okay.
not that excessive. But yeah,
Okay, so let's say it's even $300 a month. If you have the 8206 for the balance, you're putting in 300, for example. So is this kind of what you're doing, which makes the 249 that's needed to satisfy the monthly payment? You satisfy it when this 300 goes in. So is that what you're doing right now?
no,
Okay.
I'm just paying the minimum.
Okay, so I think that Anna, if you can email her the playlist for the credit card debt strategies, if you will just watch those videos to show how to break down expenses into each card that you can, just to free up a little bit of cash flow. Even if it's, let's say that you free up $500 in cash flow and you pay off Old Navy, that's another $30 that you would gain. You paid off Target at 170, that's another $30 that you would gain. And then the 290 for Quicksilver, that's $25 you would gain. That's kind of what you're going to have to do if you're going to make this work with the debt load that you have right now, just until you get your credit score up to where maybe you can move into a larger line of credit that you would be able to work with, or maybe USAA would even extend you more credit so that you have more to work with. This Visa Signature that you have, what bank is that through?
Navy Federal.
Navy Federal. Okay, they are not good to work with, and they have just increased the way they charge interest starting in October. Your USAA Visa that you have, what's your limit on that one?
This is, I want to say about 7, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken.
USAA is good for allowing you to use that as a line of credit as well. So the way this would look with USAA, for example, so you have your 15,000 in your PLOC now. All of your income would go into the PLOC first, of course. Then you would turn around and let's say you took USAA has a 122 payment due. So if you took, you would have to get really strategic because you've got a lot of little things that you've got to clean up. And it's going to take you probably 3 or 4 months to be able to clean up the little credit card debt. So now that you're just dealing with the larger amounts that are over, say, $2,000 a month or $2,000 balance, you're going to have to clean up the little ones. And so when income would go into this USAA, you're satisfying that payment as well. So let's say, for example, if you've got a $7,000 limit on that USAA visa and it's got a 4436 balance, that's $2,500. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to find as many things as I could put in to this USAA card, such as TJ Maxx, such as Capital One, Macy's. Macy's is a little high. We could go with Target. Just the little things that you can pay into the USAA that will free up the cash flow, even though it's, $28 or $30 a month. Those will add up. Then when you're putting your income back into this card, you're also satisfying that monthly payment due, but at the same time, you've cleared up the cash flow on these little things that's going into the USAA to pay it down. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, that needs to be your process if you're going to take time. I'm going to tell you, if you try to step into bankruptcy, I'm not sure how that works now that they have all of these new regulations you have to go by there. I know a national debt relief will do nothing but throw you into a bigger turmoilish situation, so I don't want to see you do anything like that. But if you'll be patient and get diligent with watching these credit cards, and watch the videos that Anna's going to send you, it will give you ideas to use these credit cards in a way that you're going to be gaining cash flow as you're rolling the balances into these two funds. Because as they come down, even just a little bit, and you throw money onto the credit cards, then those payments are going to come down a little bit as well. So every little $10 you can gain in cash flow is going to help you to pay these down to where you're going to be able to put more onto the credit card, freeing up more cash flow. Because as the lower the balance gets in the credit cards, then the lower that interest charge is going to be every month.